Okay, hello everyone. So today we're gonna do single eyeshadows slash like palette, small palette type things. Basically just what's in this drawer. So we'll just go through these and talk about it. Kind of an awkward like category to do because obviously like these quads are kind of similar to like a palette, but I don't know what it is. I just keep these in these drawers separate from the palettes. I guess they're just smaller, so I figured we'll go through those. So obviously it makes sense to do the e.l.f. Bite-sized quads because I think I have pretty much every color of them except for I think there were a couple new limited edition ones, and then I don't have like the red and blue one because I don't know, there was just no need. But I really enjoy these, as you can see. This one has like broken a lot, but I like love, this is in truffles. This is like the one I use the most often because of these two colors at the end here. So I have this one out for like everyday wear because I like doing my like powder wing eyeliner with this, but I have a backup of it for when I kind of use this up or it breaks, and because I really like this shimmer shade. So this is probably my favorite. I recommend this to everyone. I think it's so good to just have like that like dark matte colors. Another favorite is the red one. This is in Berry Bad. I particularly like this like deep red color. And then I think the shimmers are so beautiful. I don't know, I just think these are so good, so underrated. I mean, are they really underrated? I don't know. But I think they're just a great way to have like a pretty broad color variety in your collection. I mean, these like pastel shades are great. I love just the random shimmers. Like I just think it adds a lot to my collection and kind of allows me to try out different looks. And they're so cheap, so I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't think I need more, but if there was like a really unique color scheme, I could certainly be enticed to buy more. I particularly love these ones because they're so fun. These are, well, this one's in the regular collection, but this was one of the mint chocolate collection one. So I don't know, and I really love the colors and think this one's so beautiful. So if they did more of those, I'd definitely buy them. Yeah, let's finish out some of the e.l.f. stuff I have. A couple of these coming up. So these are really old and are not sold anymore, but this is, again, brings me back to OG YouTube. These are the e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow, and I used to have all of the colors, but I have kept only these two. This is Chocolate Dreams, and then this one is Burnt Plum. I remember Kathleen Lights doing a look with this, and ever since I was just obsessed with it. Like I feel like very few colors at the drugstore, especially at this time, were this like warm berry shade. So I bought two of them, and actually the first one broke, but I have this one left, and I think it's such a unique color and still such a good formula. So I just have it because frankly, I mean, it is like the warm berry shade I would, you know, I could want. So I love it. And then this deeper one is just kind of an interesting, like, I don't know, I think this sort of formulation where it is like a bit sheerer and more glowy is really unique. You can even see it's not as like shimmery as the berry one. So I really enjoy this for like deepening up a look. I actually think like it's unique. So many shades nowadays are just like very intensely pigmented, and I just don't think that is often what I need. So I don't know, I really enjoy those. I think they're great, and they're so old, they're not sold anymore, but they're still good, and I can't bear to throw them out. Then we have these two e.l.f. liquid shadows. So these are actually in different formulations, I believe. I think this one is the metallic one, and this is the shimmer one. So this is Dirty Martini, and this is Little Dipper. So I also used to have a couple more colors in this, but or in the shimmer formulation, but they really just ended up being a little bit too glittery for my taste. I think you'll be able to, I just like keep splashing myself with that. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I think I've ended up keeping kind of the more, the better ones, but I just found that these were just a little too like shimmery. I don't know if you can see like the really large glitter flecks in here. And I feel like when you kind of blend out this color, it looks a little patchy and like all that's left are those huge glitter flecks. So I'm not a huge fan. I love the color of it, and I think when you like first put it on, it is like really pretty. But I don't know, I just don't think these are the greatest. So perhaps in the thought process of decluttering, but I don't know, I'm trying, at least with the pink one, like I think that's a better formula and not as like chunky glitter, but I think the glitter ones are just really not that great. We'll continue. I think, oh, the last e.l.f. shade is another one that's not sold anymore, but I am so bummed about it. This is the e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, and this is in the gold shade. This has not been sold for ages and is most certainly gone bad, but a like sheer, this is basically a sheer gold sort of tint. So I have a lot of shimmery like silvery tints, but the gold, the like warm toned gold is really unique. So I feel like I keep this in my collection for that purpose. This was such a good formula, and I wish they would bring it back updated, because I think it's really similar to like the Scattered Light shadows from Hourglass, and it is kind of that moussey texture like the ColourPop ones, but this is like probably so out of code, but it's not sold anymore, and I think it's actually really unique. And I love like sheer glitters to add on top of looks, and I have a lot of other ones that are more cool tone, but the gold, sheer gold, are really rare. So all right, let's do the rest of my sort of liquid ones. So this is the REM Beauty liquid eyeshadow in the shade Fembot. This is a really interesting like holographic duochrome color. It's got like a pink nude base with like this insane blue shift. I will say like on the eyes, it just kind of has that blue shift because that's really all you see, but it's such a fun color, and I think it is by far the most unique and interesting one in this range. So I don't know, I really do enjoy this. I'm not a huge fan of Ariana Grande nor her beauty range, but I just felt that this was a really unique color and can't really get elsewhere. And it's not like a glittery, like huge glitters. It's very fine, it's very pretty. So if you're interested in a color like this, I think this is a really good one. And like fun, you know, makeup to wear like clubbing or something, I think that's a really good option. This is very different. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Cream eyeshadow in Throwback Souvenir. This is a like mauvey purple. It's kind of an ugly color if I'm totally honest. But I thought this would be just like a nice base to have to like do those beautiful purple mauvey looks. I think this is a good formula. I don't know if the color is really all that great for me, but I think it's a good formula and it's pretty unique in my collection, and you know, can just really give a good base. It does make you look a bit bruised, but alas, that's there. This is a new product I got in a sample in an order. This is the Armani liquid eyeshadow in the shade, I think this is 11, I think it's bronze. And I was so excited to see this as like a offer at Sephora, because I actually had been wanting to try this out, and this is the perfect way to try it out, because again, you just don't use up these liquid eyeshadows before they go bad, or frankly at all. And so this is just like the best way to try it. Free sample, and like it's really all you could ask for. And in all honesty, I will say I'm glad I got to try this out, because I cannot imagine spending like $40 on this and not loving it, which I don't think I love it. I think you'll be able to kind of tell. I think it's a really pretty color, and I kind of like the duochrome effect on it, but I feel like it kind of like rubs away and is like patchy. Like I think the shimmer on it is really beautiful and that reflect is there, but when you kind of don't have the reflect on, it's a really ugly like base color, and just looks kind of very patchy. So I don't know, I'm not totally sure how I feel about that, but I think it's a fun, I'm glad I got to try it in this really tiny formula, like free of charge, because if I had to spend, I think they're like 50 bucks on that, I would have been so disappointed. But now I can kind of, you know, try out the color, see the formula, which I don't think I love. And I don't think it's that unique either. So it's in my collection, but would I purchase a full size of that color? Absolutely not. Maybe a different one if I try this out more and see some value in it, but it's not a favorite. Okay, we'll do, I have so many like old, almost expired products, but like they're eyeshadow pigments, so I feel like they don't expire in the same way. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Glitter in the shade Rally. I mean, this is beautiful. I don't use loose glitters ever, and actually, like, you can't even like swatch this, but it looks exactly the way it does in here, and I just think it's so beautiful. I bought it ages ago. Again, don't even know if this is sold anymore, but it is such a stunning glitter and a unique shade. I don't know, I really enjoy this. Do I use it enough? No, but it's a really fun thing to have. We have a couple loose pigments. Again, these are old. Like, I'll admit these are old. This is a sugar pill pigment in the shade Lumi, and I feel like back in time, this was a hugely like popular shade. It's this like white base with this beautiful blue reflect, and really like blue-green reflect. Really all you see is that reflect, but it's a good one. So if you're interested, I don't know, I just feel like back then that was like such a cool thing. There weren't a ton of duochromes, and I purchased it, and I have not used it ever really, but maybe it's worth pulling out and trying to use it in some capacity, because it is a fun shade and it has that like duochrome shift. Sugar Pill, I don't even think Sugar Pill's still in business, which is crazy. So there's that. And then here's something that's really not in business. This is the Makeup Geek Loose Pigment in Insomnia. This is that classic blue-brown shade, and the odd thing is I actually owned another pigment from Makeup Geek, and I don't know where it went, because I like that shade better. But this is just like a classic blue-brown shade. It's a dupe of the MAC one, and I think it's really pretty. Maybe I'll use it more in looks, because I feel like this is a pretty effective blue-brown shade. Some pigments are not that, but I think this is a pretty good one. But again, Makeup Geek's out of business, so I feel a little weird having it, but it is what it is. That's life. I'm not getting rid of a product just because it's out of business, and it still performs fine. So yeah. All right, let's do the last of my powder sort of colors. So the first ones, or the next couple, are from Urban Decay. This is funny. I just feel like I have so many colors that are similar because I bought these back when like a certain look was really popular. So this is Urban Decay Tonic. I feel like we've seen so many brands do this, but it's that duochrome pink, blue, purple. It's really similar to the R.E.M. Beauty one, except the R.E.M. Beauty one is more pink blue, while this is like, I would say blue purple, and isn't glittery. It's like a duochrome shift. Then we have this in Lounge, and this is a red green. So again, pretty similar to the blue green Insomnia, but this is, I would say, a bit more green, and I don't know, they fill a really similar role in the collection. But so perhaps I would actually probably get rid of the Makeup Geek one over this Urban Decay one, because I think a shadow is just always so much easier. But I mean, they're great shades. Then we have this Catrice Liquid Metal Shadow in Mauve Like Jagger. Again, just bought, this is like a unique shade, and I think that's how I end up with these, but it's just a beautiful like mauve taupe color, which I actually really enjoy and I think is unique. I had a couple other colors in this formula and, you know, didn't really care for them, but I think this is a really good one. I feel like I just tend to buy mostly like metallic main shadow, like main lid shades. Like the mattes don't do as much for me. Okay, now we're getting to like the glittery toppers. So I have two of these ColourPop shades. So I have Ritz and Ladybird. They're really similar, I would say. The difference is Ritz, I think, has a much warmer base. So that one is Ritz that I swatched first. And then we'll do Ladybird. And I just think you can't really tell, but when I like kind of move my hand, you can see how warm Ritz is that base. But they both have that like stunning loose glitter sort of look. So I love those. A similar loose glitter look is this Ulta Beauty shade in Sprinkle, and this is a really fun like warm pink orange shade, I would say. Like, again, a loose glitter sort of look. I think you can see it better on the finger, but it has that like pink and warm orange reflect. So, and I really love that combination. I think that looks awesome. The last sort of glittery shadow is this Fenty Beauty. This is called the Diamond Bomb in How Many Carats. I have a mini size because I got like a holiday pack, and if you were in college, you need this. Like, this is the perfect like loose, like just like gorgeous diamond glitter on the eyes. It makes your eyes look so like glittery and wet. It's just so pretty. So looks like this, but I love that, and I think that was such a good investment when I first like got into college and had that. It's so pretty. Last single eyeshadow, this is so funny. This is MAC Soft Brown. OG classic. I mean, we all know it so well, and I actually have like a dupe of this and a version of it in a palette. So I love that shade. I think it's like an essential, but it's what it is. Okay, those are all my eyeshadows in the single eyeshadows, and then these sort of quads. I think there is definitely some room to declutter. I actually think I'm gonna declutter this Dirty Martini shade. I just don't like how it looks. I don't think it looks good. I don't think I'd use it in looks over something else, which is really such a shame. I think this pink is still decent, but I don't know, it's on thin ice. I don't think I ever need to buy another thing of these because I just don't think they're great. I like all my quads. Do I need all of them? No, but I'm not going to really declutter them because I think they're fun enough and I reach out for them enough. There's definitely some like repetition. Like these two shades are really similar. These are similar, and similar effects. So I feel like I just need to kind of go through and use some of these a bit more because I don't know, I think there's a lot of things that I've always thought were really bold, like the Sugar Pill one, but then swatching here, I feel like there is some room to use it and not feel like it's a really intense looking product. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. Like, again, I don't think this is terrible. There's some shades like this I really don't use, but maybe I should try it out. I think this combined with the shadow sticks would help really display how excessive my eyeshadow can be, and the shadow palettes. But I think I'm usually pretty thoughtful about buying single eyeshadows. At least I especially have been as of late. Like, I would say my newest purchases have been like these, and these have been like great additions. Like, I don't regret those at all. So I think when I'm thoughtful about it, I do a really good job of picking out things that are really unique and are really good. I'm really happy I got to try out this in a sample, because if I hadn't, I would have purchased this. And now I can, frankly, this is the size I need. I don't need a huge thing like this. I'm never gonna use it up. And I got to kind of see the formula before buying it and test it out. So I think those minis are really the way to go with these liquid eyeshadows, especially when you have a collection like mine. Yeah, and I also, another thing, this isn't helpful with like quantity, but I do like that I have so many of these fun colors in these really affordable quads. Like, there's no need for me to buy an expensive, like, beautiful greeny eyeshadow kit because I have an amazing one right here, and I love this one. So it helps me feel a little more in control of my collection because I'm not spending excessively. And you know, there have been moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like that new Natasha Denona palette, I was like, wow, I really like it. And then I was like, I have like most of the shades, like I have a lot of standouts of the shades here, and I had some other shades in palettes, and it was just like, it helped me feel like I didn't need to buy new things. So I think this ends up actually being like a really comprehensive collection. And I feel like I need to pull out some of them more. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, you can do a lot of fairly neutral looks even with these like bolder shades. So anyways, I don't have a lot to say about this. I'm, you know, gonna get rid of that. I think swatching these out helps me like get some new appreciation. Like this shade I really want to use now. I think it's so beautiful on my hand, and kind of seeing if certain things have dried up. This might have to be thrown out soon. It's one for the history books. I think it's such a good product, and I really, really wish Elf would come out with this again in some capacity. I just think it's so good. But yeah, I don't have a lot of like thoughts on this because I feel like I've done a pretty good job as of late. I think in the past I've been worse, but I've gotten better. So anyways, that's all for today. Hopefully this was somewhat interesting to just look through. I have so many old ones, so at least it's kind of like a categorization of old loves. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you next time.